You can drive for dollars. You just drive around the neighborhood, the same zip code, and you look for houses that look like they're not well taken care of, or the grass is overgrown, there's mail outside, or you look and see people that are coming out of their homes and you question them and you say something like, "Hi, my name is Wendy. I actually am looking for a house in this area for a family member. Do you know anybody that's thinking of selling, or somebody that has a house on the market?" And most times they tell you about the house that's already listed. The good thing about that is you still want to connect with that person, talk to that agent that got that listing, because you want them to be on your side. You don't want to create relationships that you're alienating people. "Oh, I don't work with realtors." No, you need a real estate agent, more than one on your team. So the real estate agents that are getting listings in that area, you want to talk to them because they may have something that's what's called a pocket listing, which is a listing that they haven't put on MLS yet. They may be in that neighborhood getting listings all the time, so they know more people than you. So partner up with them, but don't limit yourself to just working with them. You want to do your own footwork as well. You want to look and talk to people, and you also want to pay attention to which ones are being rented out, because sooner or later some of the landlords get tired of their tenants. You also want to look and see, which ones look like they need work, which ones are vacant, homes like that. And these are lists you can also buy, properties that are rented and the homeowners live out of state. I get a lot of good deals like that. You can also look for, if you don't want to buy a list yet, look for a coaching program that offers giving you a list in it. So those are things you want to look at. You want to find ways of getting more of the people that you need to be aware that you exist. And one of the great ways of doing that is you've got to have your spiel or your speech ready before you get there. So if you're looking for a vacant house, I'm looking for, to put somebody that I know, I'm really looking for a home for somebody that I know. It could be one of your investor friends that wants to pay cash if you're wholesaling, but you are looking for a house. And so again, you're looking to see who is motivated to sell. And the other thing you want to do that I mentioned earlier is you want to master scripts. Scripts and dialogues are very, very important. When I started my career, the greatest thing, and I think I'm going to develop one now within the next couple of months, they gave us a flip chart. So while I'm sitting down talking to the seller, I had the script on one side and they were looking at pictures of something else on the other side, but it gave me the script of what to say to them. If you're a investor, there is good scripts that you can use. There's a script that I really like that's a seller script, and I use that all the time. I did a training on it all the time. We have it in our script book. But you want to just master asking them, "Hi, are you really looking to sell this home now? What's making you think of selling?" It's the same questions, but differently asked. And then this way you see if they give you the same answer. What's causing you to sell now? What were you thinking, of getting for the house? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Have you done any work? Is there a den? Is there a basement? Is there a finished basement? Is there an attic? How many, how's the yard? Is there garages? Things like that. What's the square footage? When's the last time you did repairs? If you did do repairs, what did you upgrade? If you were going to keep the house, what would you fix in it, to make it more of what you wanted? So these are the conversations you want to have. And then even if they say, "Listen, this house, I got to get rid of it. My nephew's been staying in it. My grandmother left us the house. I don't live in the state, but my nephew's like really messing up the house. I don't want to keep this house anymore." You still want to ask all those questions. And then you want to ask them, my favorite question is, what do you feel is the price you're looking for? And then they say, well, what's the market value? If you remember, excuse me, I mentioned that you have to educate the sellers. So market value, most people just think, you know, if I have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and my neighbor has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and they got 250,000, well, I can get 250,000 too. Well, your neighbor might have had granite, you know, countertops. She might have had the house in really good condition. She might have upgraded. She might have been, you know, more motivated. Like, there's other things that come into play. So if you tell me that, you know, you have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but I'm going to definitely need to do electrical work, there's going to be plumbing issues, the foundation is messed up, all of that keeps bringing down the price. And so you have to let them know that market value means on the like the houses that are selling quickly are houses like this, and they're listed by agents that are giving X amount of commission. I am going to buy your house fast. I'm going to buy it quickly. I'm not really that concerned about the condition of the house. I'm about to take it off your hands in the time frame that you want me to. But because I'm an investor, this is the price we go for, because we're paying cash. You don't have to worry about appraisal. You don't want to have to worry about, you know, it's not, I'm going to do my due diligence, but if I do an inspection and I find that, you know, you already told me the electrical issues, but now I find that maybe the walls need to be painted as well, I'm not going to come down on price. But an agent might say, well, we got to, you know, we can't give you as much money for this house because you need to paint the walls and you need to get it ready to show. And you need to make it available for open houses. You need to show the house more than once. We need to put it online so that any stranger all over the world will know that your house is for sale. You know, all that kind of stuff. So you want to show them that the benefit in working with you is that they don't need to do all of that. They just simply need to, you know, agree on price with you. And because you're taking all this off their hands, you are looking for a good price. The other thing you want to look at is, because you want to work with motivated sellers, you want to build your unpaid workforce. These are people that you don't have to pay to give you referrals. It might be people you give referrals to. It might be title company, real estate agents, other wholesalers, other investors, other, you know, loan officers. Maybe you could talk to, you know, anybody that's in the industry, contractors, the person that does yard work for you, that does yard work for the neighbors, school teachers, coaches, mentors, realtors, trainers, family members, as I mentioned before, because most people don't understand that the people that are mentoring real estate agents and investors could be a great source of giving you referrals for people that need to sell, because other investors have properties they need to sell. I know my son just helped one of his friends who had invested in a property, and the longer you hold a rehab, the less money goes in your pocket, because that interest payment could be very expensive. So his friend was very happy that my son was able to get rid of his, you know, sell his property to one of the buyers that we had qualified. And so there's investors like that. They have a property that they don't know how to get rid of. And so these are the things that you want to look at. You've got to keep yourself in that mind state. And if you do, then you will attract more buyers and sellers. And right now you're looking to attract motivated sellers. If you're a real estate agent, the best thing you can do is get more listings. Because if you only work with buyers, what's going to happen is you'll never be able to go on vacation, because your buyers always want to be at your beck and call. You have to be at their beck and call. And if not, if you don't have an automated system, a buyer's assistant, things of that sort, you're going to be doing all the work. And in the beginning, I encourage you to do all the work so that you can see what it is that you are good at. Thank you for the thumbs up. And so once you see what you're good at, then you can not try to master the things you're not good at, but perfect the things that you're good at. Do more of the things you're good at, and then find other people that are better at the things that you don't like to do and let them do the part. Don't micromanage people. You need to build your team to attract more motivated sellers. And by talking to that unpaid workforce that I mentioned earlier, they're part of your team. Anybody that's giving you referrals, like I always tell people, my mom always gives me referrals. My sister's in the medical field. She refers a lot of doctors to me. I have a friend who's a correction officer. They refer people to me. I have other, lenders, other investors, people that I coached and trained years ago, people that worked in my office years ago. They refer people to me. And people that I worked with, a month ago. So you always are looking to build relationships and not break relationships. I think I call it the OG mindset. The older realtors, investors, and I'm talking about anybody over 40 years old, we have a different mindset than the newbies that are coming into the industry. People that have been in the industry for a minute, we understand that you've got to build relationships and you don't want to alienate. Don't assume because somebody has an office down the block from you or somebody is an investor in the same zip code you're in, you've got to be enemies or you've got to dog them out so you can get business. Don't become one of those people. It is so much better to speak positively, because no matter how good the other person is, you're very different from that person. So you don't want to focus on dogging them out, but you want to focus on building a script that says what makes you different, what makes you better, why would somebody benefit by working with you. And so those are the things you've got to master. What makes you different? How many years of experience? Thank you, Breland. How many years of experience you've had. If you don't have any experience, then what you want to do is you want to mention the experience of somebody on your team, or say, my team's experience. Let's say I've had 20 years of experience. Somebody else on my team has 10 years of experience. Another person may have 8 years of experience. Then you can say combined 38 years of experience. So I know when I first started as an agent years ago, my broker, I had no experience. So he said, talk about ERA, then talk about ERA McGill, which is the office I was in. So that means I had to talk more about the broker and the system of the office. And then I talked about myself. So you want to stand on the heels of somebody or the shoulders of somebody that's already experienced. I like what a lot of hard money lenders are doing now. A lot of them won't even lend you money until you have somebody experienced on your team. I think that forces people to have to work with somebody more experienced instead of going out there and doing it alone. As I mentioned before, doctors will say, I am practicing, and they have to work under another doctor or in a hospital until, hey, Alicia, nice to see you made it, sweetie. They have to combine with or work with somebody who's more experienced, or the hard money won't even give them the money. Doctors don't go and just open up their own practice. They usually start by being, under somebody else's practice. And that's the same thing with real estate agents. This is why you have a broker, because the broker will take on the responsibility and the the training. Because people think it's so easy to get into real estate, whether as an agent, a broker, or an investor, they feel they can do it alone. But most of the people that I find doing that are either losing more money and wasting more time. Until you connect with somebody that you're going to follow training and a system, you're really making your journey a lot longer. People used to say to me when I got started, as I mentioned, for real estate investing, I started under Robert Allen. That conference cost me a lot of money, and it was a week out of my life that some people would have said, I'm not leaving South Bronx to go to San Diego, but I did, and I've made that money back thousands, but I've used some of the training I got from him to train thousands of people just in Queens alone. I have so many people that say to me, you gave me the desire for real estate, or I'm doing real estate now because you trained me. I work in your office. I took your coaching, whatever. And then when it came to becoming a real estate agent, connecting with what my broker instructed me to, and then he put me in front of people like Mike Ferry to invest in more of the training for myself. That also has changed my life. The number one thing Mike told us to master is scripts. And so I have written and come up with all types of scripts for every type of situation, because that was the thing that messed me up in the beginning. I did the farming, which was ERA had a thing that you could sign up for them to mail a postcard a month to a certain zip code. And so if it was, let's say, spring, they would send out like a little package of flowers with saying it's spring, are you spring cleaning, are you looking to relocate? And then people would call you. The thing is, there were thousands of other people doing the same campaign. So I still had to show up knowing a script. And I still had to show up, gave me the confidence to grow my... Oh, thank you, sweetie. I love you for that, Brilliant. I'm so happy you did that. You keep it up. And so you have to grow your business. That's so true what she's saying. And you have to gain confidence. You have to encourage. And that's what I say to people on the prayer call on Mondays. A good Christian encourages you. They put courage in you to do what you're meant to do. But somebody that's not looking to help you, they discourage you. They pull all the courage out of you. For me, I love hearing what Breland just said. You gave me the courage. But she still had to go out and do the work herself. So once you get a mentor, somebody that can get you out there, you still have to go do the work. And then you still have to keep investing in yourself. The number one best investment you can make is to invest in yourself. Thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate that. You have to invest in yourself. And the best investment you can make is not to buy the stuff and then not do the work. I have one student that just signed up for my mentoring program. He had talked to me like 2 months ago and said, I just need to put some money together. I had invested in this other program about a year ago, and I didn't realize I put all this money out, and yet when I put this money out, it didn't really help me. They're teaching about foreclosures, but I still don't know what I'm doing. And the first thing I asked him to do, he didn't even understand it. So I knew that he wasn't grasping. Some people don't learn well by, just paying for stuff and not having the support. You need both. You need to not only invest, but you need to know what are the money-making steps for whatever you choose. There's different steps you have to take to become a strong and a profitable wholesaler. There's different money-making steps that you have to take to be a person that's good at fixing and flipping, or a person that buys and holds. However, all of them need motivated sellers. So whether you're an agent, a new investor, an old investor, you need motivated sellers. You don't motivate a seller. You don't. Only thing you do is educate the seller, and you get them to work with you. You don't motivate another wholesaler. You don't motivate another fixer flipper. You can only educate them. So you have to invest your time in finding motivated sellers. So scripts will help you to do that. And so when you speak to them and you focus on the scripts, not on the money. This young man, he finally, like I said, invested in the coaching program, and he didn't understand why I started him first with the farm area that he chose, that he had been working with. And then I looked, as I mentioned to you, at his postcard, which was the wrong postcard. That's why nobody was calling him. We just tweaked what he should be saying. And so that's very, very important. You can't motivate people. Hey, Sharon, but you can educate them and you can qualify them to see how motivated they are or not. And then if they're not motivated, then those are not the ones that you want to put all your time into. The motivated people are the ones that need to sell right now. Focus on those. And the ones that don't need to sell right now, you put them in your follow-up list. And so I encourage you to watch this video again, kind of study everything that we mentioned, and kind of look for yourself as to what you feel is a motivated seller. And then, begin to talk to that motivated seller and find them. As you can see, this is our Yellow Letter Mentoring Workbook. I'm so proud of this book. It has everything in it: scripts, dialogues, how to get started, how to network, how to build your team, how to qualify your deal, how to market your deal online, how to work with realtors, other investors. There's so much in this book. I am so the scripts help you identify who the real yes. Who is really a motivated seller. And those are the ones you want to start with. That's what helped me. And I spent many hours. Most people don't really focus on the money-making activities. Money-making activities for anybody in real estate is to really talk to people that need to sell. That's what you need to do. You have to talk to people that need to sell. And then when you have a few of those, then you talk to people that need to buy. It's different systems, but you cannot do anything in real estate without a motivated seller. And I tell you this, there's so many platforms now that are coming up that are saying stuff like, you're not going to need a real estate agent very soon because we can do it online. People will always want to speak to a human being. And the more you master and brand yourself as a top producer, the more you will attract people that want to work with people like you. And so again, I'm just going to encourage you, if not me, find a mentor that speaks to you, and then create a budget for yourself. The more money you invest in building your understanding of the industry and a marketing campaign. If you like the Yellow Letter Mentoring Facebook page, I mentioned to you before that you want to download the marketing campaign. It is called the Yellow Letter Marketing Quadrant, and it breaks down the free marketing you can do as well as the marketing that you can pay for. The free marketing, like, social media and driving for dollars is free, just different things like that. And those are the places that are going to give you the quick cash. Your fastest path to cash is to be sitting in front of motivated sellers as often as possible and mastering your scripts and dialogues so that you're not just, thinking you got a deal when you're putting together stuff that's not going to close, okay? I hope this has been helpful to you, and I thank you for joining us. I'm hoping that you invite some of your friends to watch this. We're going to be doing the Yellow Letter free live training again. We had stopped for a while because I was focusing on ministry and my own deals and rebuilding some private coaching that I do with real estate agents, brokers, and investors. So I have now realigned my schedule. And the other thing you may have seen me doing a lot of, because I have my own business, is I got to spend a lot of time with my granddaughter. And now she's at the stage where, and her mom reorganized her business, has taken my coaching and grew up in the real estate, and now she is very, very productive as a real estate agent for Keller Williams. And she's going to be on the next call, and, you know, talking to you guys about how to work with the real estate agent and the benefits of her becoming an agent and things of that sort. So I hope you'll connect with us on the Yellow Letter Mentoring Facebook page, that you will like the scripts help you identify who. Yes, they do. They help you do that. And so what else? We love you, Wendy. Oh, I love you too. Mwah. Thank you for that. And guys, much success. Breland, you keep it up. Stay motivated. Keep going. And one day I will have you on this side sharing with people some of the stuff that you've accomplished. And stay relentless. Mwah. Talk to you guys. Bye. Oh, by the way, you can visit the Yellow Letter website, okay? And see if there's something on there that'll benefit you. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks for spending time with me.